Okay, so we have a function f of x such that f of a plus f of b equals f of a plus b plus f of a minus b for all real numbers a and b. Given that f of 2009 equals 29, find the value of f of 1999. So whenever we have a functional equations question, it's generally a good idea to start by substituting in some nice values of the variables, in this case a and b, so we can discover facts about this function. So a good place to start is setting ab equal to 0, 0. So if that's the case, then we have f of a, which is f of 0, plus f of b, which is f of 0, equals f of 0 plus 0, which is f of 0, plus f of 0 minus 0, which is f of 0. Now, if we subtract f of 2 times f of 0 from both sides, then we get 0 equals 0, which does not help us that much. It doesn't help us at all. So we're just gonna move on and test a different pair of values that we could have for a and b. So 0, 0 sometimes works, but in this case it didn't. So let's try 1, 1 this time. So we have f of 1 plus f of 1 equals f of 1 plus 1, which is 2, plus f of 0. Now this isn't too nice either because, well, we have the f of 1s, but we also have an f of 2 which we don't know, and an f of 0 which we don't know. We tried to work that out from our first step, but substituting in 0, 0 wasn't too helpful. So turns out 1, 1 isn't too helpful either. Now let's substitute in 0b. If we substitute in 0b, then we get f of a, which is f of 0, plus f of b, that stays the same, equals f of b plus 0, which is just f of b, plus f of 0 minus b, which is minus b. Now if we subtract f of b from both sides, then we get f of 0 equals f of negative b. So this means that for all real values, or for all real numbers b, so b can be any real number, and for any real number b, f of negative b always equals f of 0. And if you've done a few functional equation questions before, you know that means that f of b is constant, so we call that constant k, and since it's given that f of 2009 is 29, we know that that constant is 29. But I guess to explain it a bit more nicely, if we say, since we know f of 0 equals f of minus b, then we can say that b equals negative 2009. I've chosen negative 2009 because then I get that, we're given f of 2009 here, and that's equal to 29. And if I substitute negative 2009 in for b in here, then I'm going to get f of 2009, which is quite nice because we already know what that is. So let's call b negative 2009, so we get f of 0 equals f of negative 2009, which is just positive 2009. And then we know that f of 2009 is 29. F of 2009 is 29, and so f of 0 is 29. Now, since b can be any real number, now let's say b equals, well, we're after 1999, so let's say it's negative 1999. And if b is negative 1999, then we get that f from what we've stated here, we get f of 0 equals f of negative 1999, which is just f of 1999. And we've already established that f of 0 is 29, so we know that 29 equals f of 1999, and that's our answer.